All right, y'all. All right. Ben Crump got something to say. And honey, when I can tell you one thing, this is an unaliving. They cannot rule it out as not an unaliving. And you know darn well Mississippi State would have been said this was not an unaliving. They would have been came out and say this was a drowning. They would have been had TMZ recite it was a drowning. They would have had Fox News say it was a drowning, but they ain't saying nothing yet. We all know they working behind the scenes day and night to try to get away with this unaliving. And did you hear that Warren father put up $50,000 talking about if anybody had information on it, then come and give it to him and he's going to reward you with $50,000. You know what that sounds like? Sounds like people know that his son was involved. So he's like, you know what? Come to me, I'll give you 50. What sense does that make? Yeah, he gonna pay you $50,000 to shut your mouth. He gonna pay you $50,000 to cover it up. That's what I believe. But comment, I want to know your thoughts about this. Ben Crump just did a press conference and he's talking about all this, and I wanted you guys to see it, and I wanted us to react to Ben Crump talking about the new updates, the new details in this investigation. I just want to say thank you all for being here. I love you all, and let's react to this together. So I'm going to put up here, and the mom is still fighting. The mother is still fighting. Y'all know they have tried to destroy this woman, unalive her spirit, attacked her job site. She hasn't been working since July the 3rd, but they over there talking about she's horrible and she's racist. I mean, these mega people are just liars. And we know who they are, mega mother effers, okay? We know ain't no damn liberals doing this crap. So I'm going to put it up here. Hey, Royal. All right, so let's start with here. Come on, Ben.
Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice.
So what you hearing is justice for Daniel Murphy. It's another black boy that has been unalived by some white boys. Okay, what is going on in America? Why are so many black boys being targeted by the skin complexion? You know, you guys want to talk about, you know, what about black on black crime? Ain't no black on black crime because black people are not unaliving each black people are not unaliving black people based on their skin color, ho. Okay. You know, ain't nobody saying, okay, you black, I'm gonna take your ass out here. Okay, you black, so I feel like you're less than, and I want to conspire to take you out, just like they did Nolan Wells. They did him, they targeted him because he was the only black there. He was the only black there. With this Daniel Irvin, he was targeted because he was black. You understand? It's a difference with the motive. First is me unaliving your ass because of your complexion, your race, versus me unaliving your ass because I'm jealous, or, you know, we got some personal issues because we know each other. All right, let's go.
Justice for Tyler Smith. 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 Justice for our black children. 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 Justice.
Yes, I love to see it. You see Asians up there. Come on, Asians. You see white Americans up there. I love to see it. I want all of y'all. White Americans, Indians American, Arabs, North African, everybody need to say justice for black children. Yes, justice for black children. I want to hear from all of y'all mouths.
Justice for our black children. Justice for our black children. Justice for our black children. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me say how much I appreciate you all coming out for this important media conference. We have organized this press conference for a few purposes. One purpose is because we want the world to know that the National Urban League and all of our affiliates and members and supporters across the country are standing with these three.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you know what? Can I talk to y'all? Press 7 if y'all don't mind me interrupting talking to y'all. Press 7 if y'all don't mind me interrupting. This, you know what? I look at this shit, and why aren't the black streamers? You got DDG, ain't he a black man? Why aren't these young black streamers using their big platform to put a ring the alarm? Because at the end of the day, this gonna have to deal, your young black ass gonna have to deal with this. Hell, we gonna be dead and gone, and baby, it's gonna be your generation and your kids and your grandkids that's gonna have to deal with this shit. So I believe that Casanat, that he's black as hell. He black as all get out. You know, his platform, the DDG, all you young streaming motherfuckers, because all y'all do is irrelevant. The shit that y'all be streaming about irrelevant. I believe y'all need to use y'all platforms to sound the alarm on young black issues regarding this case like this. That's what I believe. Press 10 if you agree with me that these young black streamers with all this money, $1 billion, all these fans, you know, all this influence, you know, they should put a spotlight on Nolan Wells, Daniel Irvins. You know what I'm saying? But I fear they are controlled by the white man. Are they a puppet for the white man? Damn, 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 damn. Honey, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Families. And when families suffer the tragedy of the loss of a child, it gets lonely. And when families suffer the loss of children under circumstances that are suspicious and to the naked eye appear unjust, we must stand with these families. When families face the challenge of a non-responsive criminal justice system, we must stand with these families. With this giant of a lawyer and advocate over the last 15 years, going all the way back to Trayvon Martin, we have stood with Ben Crump and his clients. And we have stood with Ben Crump and his clients because we want the community to know that we are not going to be silent in the face of injustice. Amen. You and I cannot even fathom the pain of these families. I want to thank them for their courage, for being here in public, under the glare of the media, in these circumstances. But we want them to know they are with family. We are standing with family. So Ben Crump is going to bring us all up to date on the latest facts, events, and status of these 3 cases. And we are going to continue, as we said in the earlier session, to advocate until there is justice for these 3 things. And we will not be silent. We will not get tired. Amen. We will not get distracted. Amen. Until justice rolls down in these 3 cases. Amen. So I'm proud to introduce a man who is known as the Attorney General for Black America. And I dare say he stands with the great lawyers that our community has produced. Thurgood Marshall, Constance Baker Motley, Johnny Cotton, and I can name so many others, who over the years have been advocates for our community in many, many ways. So ladies and gentlemen, the next voice you are going to hear is from one of America's great lawyers, and someone who is giving voice to the families and the victims of injustice. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Crump.
Come on, Ben. Yeah, Ben.
Thank you to President and CEO of the National Urban League, Mark Morial. Please give a great round of applause for him not thinking it robbery to invite the families to be here at this great convention. We are so grateful to him and the others in the civil rights community for standing up like they have stood up in the past. And just like we got justice for George Floyd, just like we got justice for Breonna Taylor, just like we got justice for Ahmaud Arbery, we gonna get justice for Nolan Wells.
I know that's right.
For Daniel Irvin, and we gonna get justice for Taylor Smith. And the large part is because you all are not afraid to speak truth to power. Thank you, Mr. Mario. Again, I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Eric Hertz. We are here fighting for the family of a bunch of great lawyers for Nolan Wells. We also have present with us the family of Daniel Irvin, who many of you are just learning about outside of Dallas, Texas, his tragedy. We have Attorney Sean DeRaya and Attorney Brooke Cluse fighting to help that family get justice, and we want to applaud his mother, Tamika, who has been fighting as only a mother would fight, where not many people in the world listen. But we're listening today, Tamika. You are not alone, Tamika. You got Nolan's mother and father, Christine, and Elmore Wansley, who are standing with you as well. Tamika, your daughter is here. You are not alone. God, please let her know she is not alone. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Attorney Harry Daniels, we also have the family of Tyler Smith. Lexington, Kentucky. You're going to hear from all of these families. You're going to hear from Tyler's mother and especially his grandmother. Until the lawyers get there, until the community advocates get there, a lot of times these families are just by themselves, President Mario. And thank God for this mother and this praying grandmother who refused to let them sweep the death of her grandbaby under the rug. And so I will say briefly about each of these tragedies. Obviously, many of you know about Nolan Wells. And you'll hear from his mother and father after brief remarks by Attorney Hertz and Attorney Park. But we all know July 4th, Nolan Wells goes with friends, celebrating the 4th of July. All the friends come back. Nolan Wells tragically washes up on the shore 2 days later, dead. And so we know all the current events that have been happening. We are announcing that we have the audio from the officials, and we have retained and are consulted with some of the foremost audio engineering experts to review those audio tapes from the CEO call in its entirety.
Yeah! Did y'all hear what Ben Crump said, baby? Let me break that shit down. We heard the audio. Shout out to that black female. Don't you know it's a black woman, always a black sister, honey, a black woman that came out and she is an audio engineer, honey, and she broke that up. She separated the background noise with Bart and all the white people. She separated that noise from the static, you see, and we could hear them in full transparency, you see. We heard them say, "Oh my God, is he dead? Nolan, Nolan, Nolan," which places him on the boat, you see. Now, they came out here on defense mode. This is war, baby. We are in war, y'all. And listen, we are the soldiers. We need everybody on deck. Do you hear what I'm saying? So after we done heard the audio, they're going to try to tell us we ain't hear what we heard. No, God gave me good common sense. And you know what? God is shaking the table on this. And let me tell you why. You got millionaires, billionaires, DAs, the FBI, the president, the MAGA. The MAGA president is controlling America right now. And you know they have been trying to hold off all information. That's why they keep Nolan's body in his throat and his stomach contents, because they're trying to keep it off because they want these white boys to get away with murder. But honey, God used that black woman to separate the background noise from the static and let the whole world hear it, baby. We heard what we heard. Ain't no taking it back. So then they came up talking about some Nolan was ain't on a boat. Look at this video, a small ass video clip. And you got to wonder, well, hold on now. Y'all were the same motherfuckers that came out here and say, well, Nolan didn't have his phone. He left his phone on a boat because you can't get no bars there. You can't get no signals there. And nobody used their phone there. Well, bitch, y'all use y'all phone to videotape in the middle of the damn ocean. Y'all use y'all phone to take photos and videos, and it is a bar there. Y'all went there and you said it is a goddamn signal there, but you lied. You lied in the beginning and said the reason why Nolan kept his phone on the boat because it was no signal. Bitch, you don't know why. Bitch, they took his damn phone. That's why we heard on the audio, give me my goddamn phone back. Give me my phone. Press 2 if you remember when Nolan said, give me my phone. Then, God damn it, they always fighting the truth. You don't notice that? When we found out that was Nolan on the audio, right? Give me back my phone. Then you got this other Hispanic black boy that can't stand black people. He can't stand his own black people because he said his own black people treated him like shit. And most of his love and acceptance came from white people. So he felt like he owes white people, and he want to do this for the white people. He came out lying talking about that was him. But he ain't never tell y'all who took his damn phone. Which one of the white boys took your phone? He ain't never tell you that. All he told, I was in an argument with this girlfriend. Child, it don't even look like he is a heterosexual. Look like he's a homosexual. But you know what? That's McGuire's point. You know, I'm part of LGBT. I don't give a fuck. But I know my kind, bitch. I can smell, I ain't gonna go there because this ain't about that. But all I'm saying is this. Every time that God reveals us the truth, they come in and try to tell us we're not hearing what we're hearing. They bring up excuse. They plant people in to tell us fake ass stories. They plant this video of this boat. Then everybody's saying their clothes look like they didn't change clothes. And then I cannot confirm that Nolan wasn't on that boat. Shit, they could have transported Nolan's body on another boat. But I know at that phone call right there, Nolan was on that damn boat. Now, what happened after that? I don't know. But Nolan was on that boat doing that damn phone call. Y'all was questioning if Nolan is dead. You discovered that Nolan dead on that fucking boat. Now, during that time where y'all recorded it, that was a different damn time. Anybody can be on a boat in 1 second and be off the boat in the next second. So you cannot say, okay, well, I showed you a video and Nolan's not on the boat. Okay, he ain't on the boat right there, but he was on a boat when y'all was on that phone call. Give me the damn video when Warren called the tow people, okay? And they were saying, no, Nolan, no. Give me that video. Do you got that video recorded? Why don't you got that damn video recorded? Y'all recording everything fucking else? You would think if a motherfucker recorded y'all just out here in the water, you recorded out here in the water, right? Just lollygagging. The video showed us. You know goddamn well you would have recorded it of y'all panicking and oh my God, you know damn well you would have recorded that. Hell, that's where all the action at. But you ain't recorded because you knew it was a damn crime scene. You knew it was a damn crime scene. And if you did record it, I'm sure the judge told you to delete it and scratch it off. I'm sure judge told you to do that. And I'm sure you just recorded that just in case that audio leaked out because y'all already know what's out here. You know what's out here. You know the coulda, shouldas, and y'all are waiting like a ticking time bomb. Okay, when they move here, we're going to move there. This is chess, baby. We are playing chess with these MFers. So Ben, he said he's going to take all that audio and he's going to send it to some people that's going to transcribe it and really get to the details. And he's going to use that in this case. And I'm glad that he's going to use that audio because that audio, that was a gift from God. God used that Black woman to transcribe that and to put it for the whole world to see. Okay? God don't deals behind the scenes with the DAs and the higher ups. No, God want everybody to see. Reveal it all. Okay, let's get back to this.
Also, and Attorney Hertz may go into greater detail on these matters, have consulted President Muriel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where Justice Daniel Murphy, Justice Daniel Murphy, Justice Daniel Murphy, Justice Smith, Justice Tyler Smith, Justice for Tyler Smith,
Hold on.
Justice for Tyler Smith, Justice for Tyler Smith.
Am I missing something?
Justice for our black children. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me say how much I.
Ooh, I'm like, what's going on? I got too many things going on, y'all.
To get to the bottom of this, then and only then. 26 when Nolan goes missing. Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky is the only Black person in the home where they're having a 4th of July small house party. Somehow, Tyler ends up being shot in his head, dead. 911 is called. They come, the police get there. They tell them that he shot himself, that they were playing Russian roulette. That's what they say. They say, this the gun. The police retrieve the gun, and then they.
Ooh, that's so sad.
It's surrounded, and then he comes out, and finally he volunteers that this is the gun. Think about that, Captain Trick. Just think about that for a second. You would think, after all of that, he is surely going to be arrested and charged with killing or being in some way responsible for the death of this 18-year-old young Black man. But no. He is only charged with tampering with evidence, correct, Ms. Neeson? Nothing more. And nobody in all 3 of the questionable deaths of these 18-year-old young Black kids, nobody has been held accountable in any way. And so that's why we're here, saying that we are not deterred. We're not going to let you sweep it under the rug. We're going to get to the answers of what happened to Nolan Wells, what happened to Daniel Irvin, and what happened to Tyler Smith, 3 18-year-old black boys in a 3-month period around 4th of July, 2026, who all were unalive in very similar ways as Nolan Wells. And I'm very thankful to his parents for using the attention that they were given and blessed with to also give attention to these other 18-year-old black boys. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much, Neil, for. At this time, before we get to your questions, you're going to hear briefly from Attorney Eric Hertz and then Attorney Lisa Park with some updates, and then you'll hear from Nolan Wells parents. Attorney Eric Hertz is great to see you.
Thank you for showing up. I have some brief updates on the Nolan Wells case. We have been working with the district attorney. We've gotten a letter back yesterday, and she's willing to listen to some of the evidence we have, although we're having to still discuss her giving us back evidence. And that's something that we'll see. The phones, not just our client's phones, but the other phones that are involved in the situation, we are trying to coordinate and have come to a tentative agreement with the district attorney to go ahead and have them investigated together jointly with our experts as well as their experts, and I believe, if I'm not speaking out here, the FBI is going to also be present there. And that's going to show a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. I'm going to keep this short, but as I always say, I'd like to say one more time, society is judged by how the most powerful treat the most vulnerable. And justice will prevail. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Eric Hertz. And now you will hear briefly from Attorney Lisa Park, who heads up our Atlanta, Georgia office. And then we on this.
So today I just want to recognize all of these families for coming here today, traveling here to Nashville, even family that's here in the audience. If you think for just a moment, for these tragedies, they really just happened. It really just happened. If you've ever had a loved one that you've lost, it's hard. And you feel like going into a quiet place by yourself, mourning, grieving, doing all of our own religious rituals, right? And so it's quite hard that these families have had to come into the spotlight to stand up for their children. This is not where they want to be. And for those people who somehow think that they want to be in the spotlight, I guarantee you, this is not where they want to be. For all of these families, for every single family member that is suffering through these losses. So I want to commend all of these families. I also want to commend them for coming together as a group, right? Because all of us, we are stronger together. We are stronger together. And there are so many unanswered questions with all three of these cases. But there's hope. And I see that hope because we do get calls. We have been getting over 100 calls a day. And I want to thank everybody who's called in. Because for every time there's a hater that's saying that these people just want the spotlight, when somebody calls in with some encouragement, when somebody calls in with some information, it makes up for that. Because we know that we're stronger together. These questions, these cases can be solved, and we can do it together. So I want to thank everybody for calling, right? But I also, last thing, I want to encourage those who have not called yet, and you know that you have some information. One, I know that it's scary. I know that you may be scared. But if there's a time in your life to do the right thing, This is it. And you just have to be brave and go ahead and please call us. These people, we need to. We need to. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Clark. And as Nolan's mother and father get ready to come, I cannot express to you how encouraged we are that we're going to get to the truth. I mean, so many things are coming to light, and we're going to get to the truth. We are not trying to cast dispersions on anybody. We want the truth. We want the truth. That's what we want. And like I said, if that implicates you or exonerates you, then you got to talk to your Lord. You got to talk to your God. But we want the truth and nothing but the truth. And if it was your child, you would want the same thing. And so that's why everybody who got children, you can understand the pain, that agony that this mother and father have been dealing with since 4th of July. How people came, time they within hours of finding him saying, well, no foul play, just gone. How do you tell somebody just go on when my son is dead and nobody's giving us any answers? All those people out on that island, and you mean nobody knows nothing? Nobody saw anything? No, we refuse to accept that nobody knows nothing. We're going to get to the truth. We're going to get to the truth. We're going to get to the truth. And it's starting to come to light. Because truth is light. And we're going to get to the truth. Y'all give it up for the mother and father of Nolan Wells, Elmore, and Christine.
Thank you all for being here today. It has been 27 days since we have been able to talk to our son, to hug him, to tell him we love him. This has been the most difficult time we have ever had. I want to tell you who Nolan was. Nolan was a God-fearing, God-loving child. He loved everyone. He was the person who would just make you feel comfortable just being in his space. He was never one to exclude. He always wanted everyone to be happy, to feel good, to have purpose. He would lift anyone up. It didn't even matter if he didn't know you. If you took that moment to just tell him a little bit about yourself, what you wanted to do in your life, right then and there, Nolan would be your biggest cheerleader. Today we are begging, because I'm not too proud of that. We are begging, if anyone knows anything, his friends, strangers, please call the hotline, because we will not be able to rest until we get answers. But please, these distractions, these other questions that people, the attacks that people have sent our way, just know we will not be distracted. We are ready to do whatever we need to do as his parents to continue advocating for him, because Nolan is not here. He is not here to speak for himself. He is not here to tell us what happened. So again, we will not rest until we get answers. And if you know something, you need to let us know. Please do not be afraid. Okay? Thank you all so much again. We truly appreciate your love and support.
face with a new challenge of a woman living up, trying to process this. It's the biggest challenge I've ever had. I pretty much was raised that like a lot of you. I didn't have a lot, but I always said I wanted to give my children more than what I had. And I think me and my wife did that. We raised Nolan to love everyone, be kind to everyone, because it was just the right thing to do. I got lost on but what I really want to say is, like my wife said, if you know something and you are really, if Nolan was really your best friend, or for the people who said that he was their friend, please come forward and tell us what you know. All we want to know is the truth. We're not blaming anyone. We just want to know the truth. Also, the disrespect that's been coming toward my wife and my family. For any parent, no matter what race you are, they need time to grieve. A parent can't grieve when you have people attacking them, attacking their jobs, attacking their character, just attacking them, period. Like, where's the empathy? We, as Americans, this is a diverse country. Not but one race made this country. We all made this race, made this country. So we all need to come together. And like I said, if you know something, please come forward and just call our attorneys, give them information, and they'll take it and just help us out. And not just us, but all these families, all these members and counselors. Anyone with information on any one of these cases, please come forward. Because losing a child is something that's going to lose the rest of life. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mario, I would just say the attacks, Christine has been a nurse for years, and she hasn't ever gotten negative reviews. But since she has been advocating to find out what happened to her 18-year-old son after he was washed up dead on Horn Island, sick people have been going on her company's website giving her negative reviews. Can you all imagine anything worse than that? That is a shame for God. They are just sick, evil people who would attack this mother and this father for simply saying, we want to know what happened to our child. Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you. Yep, and next we're going to have the mother of Daniel Irvin come and talk about her child and tell you what happened in her words, and then you'll hear brief remarks from attorney Sean DeRee.
What we want to know is why crimes against Black and brown people receive less justice and less coverage. And I'm going to give you some data to back it up, and I'm going to read it because I don't want to make any mistakes here. Over a 10-year period, statistics show that 53% of Black killings go uncharged, no charges really. And so that means over half of those related killings are never prosecuted. And when you think about arrest rates, 63% of white victims receive justice versus are compared to 47% of Black victims. So when people think we have two systems.
Woo! That let you know America have never changed. Because let me tell you, These YT people used to unalive black people and get away with it, okay? Because they always saw y'all as non-human. So they're still doing the same playbook that they did in the back in the day today. The YT white men are still up in Congress, are still governing, all right? So, honey, ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. And that's sad. And that's why these young boys that are streamers, these young black boys that are streamers, they need to know this because this affects them. And then this will affect their kids if they ever plan on having any. Right? So they better get on board. And y'all parents, y'all need to be teaching y'all kids this. Let y'all kids know, because clearly y'all not doing a good job with letting these little black boys know. Because they just so lost. But let's go.
Of justice in this country, the data kind of backs that up. And now we'll hear from Tamika.
My name is Tamika Irvin. I am the mother of Daniel Irvin. This is my daughter, Azaria Irvin. This is Daniel's eldest sister. So, what a lot of you guys don't know, to give you like some context, my son told me that he was going to go outside and hang with some friends, okay? And I was under the understanding that he would be in the neighborhood. So I didn't know where my son was. I thought that he was just visiting friends in the neighborhood. Around 8 o'clock or so, I started to text Mike, call Mike, and Mike was an honorable child. He wanted to serve and protect, be in the military. He loved people. He always had a joke to tell. He was very comical. So I called the police the following day at 12:30 in the morning. I said, hey, my son ID is here, and his money is here, his social security is here, and I don't know where he's at. And this is not like him, so I'm reporting him missing under suspicious circumstances. The officers were very dismissive. So I didn't get any information about where my son was. I canvassed the neighborhood. I knocked on doors. I asked neighbors for video footage. I had to do the footwork, the research, the investigating. I had to do it. So to the mothers, to anyone out there who have a loved one, do not wait for the police to do their job. Okay, so
it's so sad. And we keep telling y'all, and what they keep telling us, just wait, y'all, be patient, and the investigation is going to come. You know what it remind me of? Back in slavery, when they used that Christian Bible to enslave black people and say, listen, you get your promised land when you die, okay? Be obedient to the white man, do whatever he want, and then you're going to get your prize in heaven. And you know what? I did my research. I said, well, these white men that were slave masters, because they were all Christian, keep that in mind. The slave masters, all them, they were all Christians, right? I said, but they raped these men and women. And I said, isn't that fornication? Isn't that cheating on their wife, that they're sleeping with these men and women that are slaves? Honey, do you know they told me, no, it's not cheating on their wives because black people are property. So therefore, it's not cheating, it's not fornication, it's not sinful because black people are not human. They are property. So it's as if they're messing with a toy. You're not seen as human. So they can grape you whatever they want because you are property. Okay? So, honey, they say, yeah, they still gonna go to heaven just because they grape them, they are property. They're not seen as human. I said, that's all I need to know, honey. That's all I need to know.
So fast forward, I reported my son missing. My son was to graduate in May. He was unable to graduate because the two boys murdered my son. They said my son jumped off a bridge, and I know that's not the truth. He was found in water. And not only that, my son was on the swim team. He was very comfortable with swimming in the pool.
Ooh, honey, if you know how white people feel about black people, the stereotype is they can't swim, right? So they always putting black people in water. And I think that's a telltale sign ritual that a white person did this. Okay. Just like Malcolm Jamal, the one that Theo in the gospel, I think that he was taken out of here too. Okay. So yeah, it's crazy. These police that will tell you all these lies. And some of y'all got the damn nerve to tell me, well, I'm gonna wait for the facts. Who gonna give you the facts? The same racist police, the same police that tell you just to be quiet and wait on to investigate and trust them, and they come out with all these lies, honey, that's foolish to me. Because the government you can't trust, the police you can't trust none of these fools. Only people you can trust is put your faith in God. And God talks to me. I don't know about y'all, but God talks to me and he tells me everything I need to know. So, honey, go ahead. And this is a love of a black mother loving her son, trying to figure out what's going to happen. How did her son get here? Who did this to her son? And let me tell you, and these black boys and black men, I tell you one thing, if anything else happened to your ass, nobody gonna give a damn but the black woman. I promise you. The black man not gonna give a, I shouldn't say that. Okay, let me shut up. Go ahead.
Swimming in lakes. The autopsy report shows my son had an unobstructed airway. So my son did not drown. I want to know why the people that are in place to serve and protect failed to do their job from the very start. When I reported my son missing, it took them 35 hours, over 35 hours to input his information, only in the state system, showing that he was missing. They failed to enter his information in the NCIC, the National Criminal Database. Being my son was under 21, law enforcement had a responsibility to enter his information within 2 hours, and they failed to do it. My son will fight for me, and I'm here to fight for him. I want justice. We are in the pursuit of justice.
Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice for Daniel Irvin. And the final family you will hear from is going to be the family of Tyler Smith, who many of you haven't heard of at all. And I want to have this family who drove from Lexington, Kentucky to the National Urban League Convention to say that Tyler Smith life matters too. Y'all, please give him a round of applause. Tyler Smith, life matters. Tyler Smith, life matters. Tyler Smith, life matters.
I want to thank everyone for showing up today, for supporting all these families. I was asked many times, who is Tyler? What does Tyler mean to you? And I had to take a deep dive into that because to give a few words wouldn't be justice. So I went into my prayer closet, as most families do. And see, Tyler calls me now. And when people ask me to tell them, I find a struggle in finding words big enough to describe who he is. Tyler's charismatic. He's warm.
Tyler is love. Tyler is compassion and tolerance. Tyler is focus and determination. Tyler is an entrepreneur with dreams, goals, and a vision for his future. Tyler is a calming presence, a peacemaker, and a source of comfort to those around him. Tyler is that warm piece of cake straight out of the oven, that soft buttermilk biscuit that the butter glides across the top. Tyler is the depth of a baby's laughter and the warmth of a grandmother's hug.
All right. Well, you got a lot of people up in here. Oh my God, I don't mean to laugh, but she said when she started describing her son as a cake and moist, I'm like, girl, okay. But yeah, I'm sorry for her son. My goodness.
And all three of these black kids died 2026, 18 years of age, on the cusp of manhood. And I said, no, we got to show that this is not a coincidence that all these young 18-year-old black men are ending up dead and nobody's being held accountable. No, we got to bring them along. We got to bring them along. We must bring them along for these 18-year-old black men.
Let me also our members who were planning to come to Nashville asked me late last week if we would be commenting on dealing with shedding any light on the Nolan Wells case. I invited Ben Crump to come to Nashville to brief us on the Wells case. In the course of that conversation, he shared with me, by the way, there are two other similar cases. I said, two other similar cases? I said, Ben, can you bring all of the families to Nashville? Because the thousands of urban leaders who are here are interested in, have a solidarity with, want to hear directly, not through filters, about the circumstances of these cases. And that is what the National Urban Conference is all about. It is about dealing with the pressing, cutting-edge issues that face the nation and face Black America. So we are here because this is what we do.
Yes.
Whether it's Trayvon Martin back in the early teens, Michael Brown, George Floyd, Samuel Bland, Breonna Taylor, Samir Rice, we deal with these issues because our constituency wants to hear directly. And I want to say this, we trust that Crump. And we know that he does not engage in chasing false cases. That he also, when he takes a case, that he's going to elevate the word and the personality and the pain of the families. All too often, when Black families are victims of violence and victims of unfair justice system, they suffer in silence. They can't find lawyers with the courage and the ability. They suffer in silence. So I know when Ben Crump has a matter, he is always welcome at the National Urban League Conference to come and bring us up to date. And that's why we're here tonight. Other press questions? Any others? Yes, ma'am. Identify yourself, please. New York Post.
Yeah, we know about the question. We're ready for it. This attack and this threat to sue us and the family for defamation. It's a distraction. We're not distracted by it at all. And it's about getting to the truth. That's what we want. And that's what we're focused on. We haven't done anything other than ask questions to get to the truth. Okay. You got the word?
That accusation doesn't deserve a response.
That's right.
There's no dignity associated with someone standing up for children who have died. We don't waste our time arguing with doctors. We don't waste our time arguing with people who want to distract from the real issue. We have 3 dead black young men under suspicious circumstances. And I don't think the New York Post ought to give elevation to distractions like that. This is such an old story. We fight for justice and someone suggests all we want is publicity. That's why. You know what happens when we stand here? Our inboxes are filled with hate messages, hate mail, hate this, hate that. No one. Our dignity in standing up. And I'm not, you're a reporter, you work for the paper, your editor's told me to ask this question. I want you to know we will not be distracted. And I'm not, Ben Crump is like any lawyer. He should get paid for his work. Just like every Wall Street lawyer, every Trump lawyer, every insurance defense lawyer. And I really want everyone to understand, let's not be distracted.
All right, so those are the closing remarks. I'm going to be down here looking for more information. There's so much going on with this case, but I'm going to be on it, y'all. So I see you guys around. I love you all. Bye.